Harvard Kennedy School master's student Jon Hartley joins me now. Jon, good to have you back on the program. Thank you for being here. I want to start by just showing everybody a bit of this petition because it's pretty incredible. It says Harvard should be confident in its ability to expose students to diverse viewpoints without empowering the instigators of a violent, racist, revanchist movement. There should be little concern of a cascading, quote, slippery slope of degrees revoked unless more alumni choose to encourage armed insurrection in the future. What are your thoughts on all this tonight, Jon?
Well, thanks, Martha, for having me. And let me start by, one, congratulating you on your new time and show, and also just say that, my thoughts and prayers are with the family members of those who tragically died in the attacks last week, and that there should be absolutely no room for violence in our society. With respect to rescinding degrees, I think it's a rather very extreme measure, and I think it's almost totally unlikely to happen. Universities, they're very bureaucratic institutions, and essentially the university bylaws say that degrees can essentially be only revoked under circumstances like cheating, plagiarism, or lying to admissions. And so you've seen over the past week a bunch of honorary degrees being rescinded, but degrees that are actually being paid for and studied for are very, very difficult to rescind. Now, I think 10 years ago, the petition cited that this Russian KGB officer had their degree rescinded or revoked, and that's because they lied about their name in admissions. And so unless there's some sort of evidence of something like that happening, this is, I think, totally unlikely to happen. I know there were some allegations from, I believe, Mary Trump, but the president supposedly hiring somebody to cheat on their SATs. Something like that, or evidence of something like that, is probably more likely to get somebody's degree rescinded than what happened, than what's happened recently, I believe.
Yeah, it would be, helpful also to sort of lay out, you would think at Harvard students would lay out an evidentiary case for, how they are connecting these individuals to insurrection, incitement for insurrection, which I think would, be a difficult link to make in these cases. But obviously, anybody can write a petition. That's one of the great things about the United States of America. And as you say, whether or not it goes anywhere is another. But I'd love to hear your thoughts on sort of the larger picture here of the effort to make sure that individuals that are linked to the Trump administration in any way can't get jobs, are blacklisted. I told a story last night of a Yale-educated attorney that I heard about who was dropped by a headhunter because she had been affiliated with the Trump administration. I'm sure she's not alone, far from alone.
Wow. Well, I say right now, I think, especially now, and especially after the attacks last week, I think now should be a time for unity. And I think, we should support the nation coming together and, seeking justice for those that, committed federal crimes, last week, violent crimes last week. But, I think right now, we got to think about where we're at. There's a couple thousand people dying of the coronavirus every day. We've got millions of people who are unemployed. The president-elect put out his, new COVID relief plan last night. I think there's a lot of things that Republicans and myself don't like about that, but they're going to need 10 Republican senators if they want to get it through without going through reconciliation. So I think we need to, come together and actually, think about what solutions are going to help us get out of this pandemic and recession.
Wise words. I think you're absolutely right, Jon. Great to see you tonight. Jon Hartley, thank you for being here.